Hello viewers and listeners. I am Jere Bajo. I'm here to give a lesson on social and environmental studies in the upper basic level. Our last lesson, I gave you a homework. We are going to do the correction before moving to our today's lesson. The homework was, you are given a map to have a close look at the map of Western Sudan, which can be found in your textbooks, where you are to observe carefully and answer the following questions. Question number 1. Look at the map of ancient empires in Western Sudan carefully and name the capital of the ancient Ghana Empire. What was the name of the capital of the ancient Ghana Empire? If you look at where Ghana Empire is labeled in your books, that is in the left-hand corner of the map. The capital of the empire was Kumbi Sali. It was Kumbi Sali. So Kumbi Sali was the capital of the ancient Ghana Empire. The second question reads, identify the other name of the Soninke in the ancient Ghana Empire. What was the name given to them? The Soninkes were also known as the Sarahules. They were also referred to as the Sarahules. Our lesson today will be the traditional music, songs, stories, and proverbs. Traditional music, songs, stories, and proverbs, because all these are used in our societies. Now, introduction. This unit is about traditional music, songs, stories, and proverbs, and their significance or importance in our Gambian societies. The unit is aimed at providing the learners with the knowledge, skills rather, and attitudes to enable them to appreciate traditional music, traditional songs, stories, proverbs, and the need to keep and preserve them for posterity. That is for the future. Let's start with music. Traditional music. Music is any pleasant combination of sound. Now, all the ethnic groups in the Gambia have their musical instruments that they play. And while they are playing these musical instruments, they sing songs, which goes with dancing as well. They sing and dance. And one of the instruments that they use is the drum. Basically, almost all ethnic groups use this instrument, which is the drum. This drum is a very important musical instrument used by all ethnic groups. And while drumming, it will go with singing, clapping. Drumming and dancing are also part of our ways of life. During ceremonies, people will be drumming, singing, and dancing. Music and dance are both recreational and educative. Not music are only entertainment, but they are also educative. Some music goes with messages which educate us a lot of things. I gave you an example. Jaliba Kuyate came up with a song about the COVID-19. The song is not only entertainment, but is carrying messages about COVID-19, the dangers, preventive measures, and so on, mode of transmission and so on. The wall of Ken is known in Mandinka as Daba, while the Fulas have the Nyamakala instrument, and that includes Hurde, Nyenyeru, Tabiru, and Lala. These were some of their instruments. If you look at the pictures closely, we will see the Mandinka traditional dance. Mandinkas have their traditional dance. Some of their traditional dance will be mentioned later in the lesson. We also have the Fula traditional dance, the Wolof traditional dancer. The drummers will be drumming and the dancers will be dancing. The Jola traditional dancers. Now, here are some of the musical instruments used in the Gambia by various ethnic groups. Basically, all ethnic groups have their musical instruments. They play these musical instruments and will be dancing, clapping, singing as well. Now, let's look at some of these ethnic groups. For example, Mandinkas, or the Mandinko ethnic group. They have their musical instruments. One of them is the kora. The kora is one of the traditional musical instruments mostly played by the Mandinkas. We know the renowned kora player in the Gambia called Jaliba Kuyate. We also have the likes of Pabobo Jobate and the likes of Tata Dinding. These were all known for their great skills with the kora instrument. We also have the balafon. The balafon belongs to the Mandinkas. The balafon is played by the Mandinkas, which is called xylophone in English. Now come to Fulas. The Fulas also have their musical instruments which they use. Example, molo. They also have riti, which they use as a musical instrument. Come to the Jolas. The Jolas also have their musical instrument, which is Bugarabu. The Bugarabu consists of several drums, which are lined, and they are all drummed by one person. They also have another one called bongo. The Jolas have another musical instrument called the bongo. The Wolofs. The Wolof also have their musical instrument, which is halam. They have halam. They also have sabar. They have sabar. This sabar, as I mentioned earlier on, is categorized under drums. This is why I said most of the ethnic groups used drums as their musical instrument. The Wolofs also have their musical instrument, which is halam and sabar. There comes the serir. The serirs have their musical instrument, but if you look at the serirs, they are very much similar to that of the Wolofs. They also have sabar, and they have continu as well. They also use continu, which is also their musical instrument. The Sarahules have djembe, they also have gumani. The Sarahules have djembe and they have gumbe. Gumbe is also another musical instrument for the Sarahules. We come to the Akus. The Akus also have their musical instruments, which include asiko. They have the asiko as their musical instrument. They also have bongo. Basically, these are some of the examples of musical instruments used by some ethnic groups in the Gambia. We have the picture of the kora and the balafon, which are all Mandinka instruments. But they are also played by other ethnic groups as well. That is the Wolof Sabar. The Wolof Sabar is a drum, a wooden drum. Then you have the Fula Riti. You also have the Jola Bogarabu. The Jola Bogarabu consists of many drums, which are lined and they are drummed by one person. In this picture, you can see 4 drums are lined together. And these 4 drums are used or beaten by one person. Now, importance of songs. Songs are very important in our societies. One of the importance of songs is songs are used to lure infants and babies. That is to calm them down. When babies are crying, their parents use songs, or the babysitters will use songs in order to calm them down. 2, to know the history of our culture. Our culture. When songs are sung, they give us information and they tell us how our people were living by using these songs. They also entertain people, especially when it goes with melodious sounds, or very nice sounds. Number 4, songs are used to comfort women without children. We all know some women become frustrated when they do not bear children in their matrimonial houses. But during the singing of songs, they feel relieved. Number 6, songs are used to give courage and confidence to fighters. All these warriors in the olden days have their guerrillas who will be singing songs for them. The likes of Kelefa Sane, the likes of Ansuma Singh, all have their guerrillas who will be singing praise songs to them to encourage them. Number 7, songs advise people, especially youngsters, give them advice. And number 8, songs are used to boost the morale of farmers during farming activities, especially in communal works, where the communities will come together to work on communal farms. They will be singing songs, drumming and dancing, which will encourage people and make them to work for a long period of time. Examples of traditional dances in the Gambia by ethnic groups. We have the Mandinka dance, which is Seuriba, and Barawulo dances, and Barawulo dance. Come to the Fula. These are for the Mandinkas. The Fulas also have their dance. These are Nyamakala, the Nyamakala dance. Some will call it the Nyamakala fire dance. And they also have the Riti Riti dance. The Jolas also have their dance, which is the Kumpo and the Bukarabu dance. The Wolofs also have their dance. Among them is Ndaga. You have the Ndaga dance. The Serers also have their dance, which is Ndaga. Like I said, the Serers have a lot of things in common with the Wolofs. They also have the Ndaga dance, and they have the Njob dance. Their other dance is Njob dance. The Sarahules also have their dance, which is Djembe, the Djembe dance. Likewise, the Akus also have Gese. They have Gese. They also have hunting dance, which is also part of their dance. Now, what are the importance of drumming and dancing? Are they important in our societies? Yes. One of the importance is to know the history of ethnic groups, drumming and dancing. Like we made mention of these dances by the various ethnic groups. So if somebody dances in your presence, this can easily tell you the ethnic background of that person. Or when they sing their songs, as we learn, we know some of their songs, or we come across some of their songs, when they sing or when they dance in our presence, by having that knowledge before, we will know their ethnic background. Number 2, promotes unity amongst ethnic groups. Drumming and dancing promotes unity among ethnic groups. Because during this process, you become entertained. And when you are entertained, in that period of time, there is always unity. Number 3, drumming and dancing spread news and information. Like I made mention of Jalibas COVID-19 track, which informed people and also educates us about some of the modes of transmission of COVID-19, how we can prevent ourselves. And number 4, to entertain people. Drumming and dancing entertained people. And the last one, that is number 6, some songs are advice and lullabies to people. Now, traditional proverbs. These are also part of the traditional culture of the people. Now, proverbs are such sayings, but with wider meanings. They are such sayings, they can be short, but they have a wider interpretation or meaning. As it is said in Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, that proverbs are palm oil in which words are eating. So you don't just look at the ordinary meaning of the proverb or just the ordinary sound of the proverb, but look at the literal meaning. The proverbs give us words of wisdom, and these proverbs are greatly used by griots and elders, especially our grandparents. Sometimes if they don't want us to know certain things, they can use them in proverbs. Now, below are some examples of local Gambian proverbs. Here are some of the examples of local Gambian proverbs. Number 1, however long the log of tree or wood has been in the water or in the sea or river, it will never become a crocodile. However long a log of tree stays in the water, that is in the sea or in the river, it will never become a crocodile. What does that mean? This means, for example, no matter how long as an African you stay in Europe, you can never become the white man. An African can never become exactly like a European despite living in them for many years. Your color cannot change to white. 2, a sorrel grows with its sourness. We all know sorrel is sour. Even if you grow it today, it germinates in 1 week time. Just that seedling, if you cut it, you chew it, it will still be sour. So it goes with its sourness. What does that mean? It means one grows up the way he or she is trained. A person grows up the way he or she is trained. The 4th example of proverbs. A bird never puts a bad insect in its young one's mouth. A bird never puts a bad insect in the mouth of the young one. What does that mean? A parent will never give bad advice to his or her child. Every parent wants your child to be successful in life, want your child to be something in life. No parent will advise your child to be bad. This is why the proverb says, a bird never puts a bad insect in the mouth of its young one. Number 5, only the mother knows how to carry a one-legged baby. Only a mother knows how to carry her one-legged baby. Meaning, a person knows himself better than others. A person knows his or her work best than others. You know yourself personally more than any other person. Number 6, if a child's hand is clean, he or she can eat with elders. if the child's hand is clean. He or she can eat with elders. Like I said earlier on, you don't look at the statement of only the statement of the proverb. Look at the hand, the cleaning of the hand here. But what is the interpretation or the meaning? It means a child that is disciplined can sit with elders. Elders can include a child who is disciplined in their discussions. That's what it means. Now, importance of traditional proverbs. Importance of traditional proverbs. These proverbs are very important in our lives. 1. Proverbs teach us moral truths. They also tell us right and wrongs, good and bad. Because if you look at their interpretation, they teach those moral lessons. 2. Some proverbs speaks about hard work and obedience. They taught us how to be hardworking and also how to be obedient in the society. 3. Traditional proverbs shows reward, whether good or bad. That does the end of the lesson. So your assignment today is look at the diagram carefully. That is, the diagram below shows the musical instruments. Use these diagrams to answer question 1, 2, 3. In the diagram, we have the musical instrument label A. We also have the musical instrument label B. We have another musical instrument label C. And the fourth one is the musical instrument label D. Use it to answer the questions that follows. Question number 1. Which of the musical instrument above, that is in the diagram, is common to all ethnic groups in the Gambia? Which of the musical instrument above or in the diagram is common to all the ethnic groups in the Gambia? Question number 2. Name the musical instrument. Name the musical instrument labeled A and B. That is, give the name of the musical instrument that is labeled A and B. Number 3, name one ethnic group. Name one ethnic group that used the musical instrument which is labeled D. Which ethnic group used the musical instrument labeled D? That does for the end of the lesson. Thank you very much. And still the message goes, stay home to prevent yourself, your family, and the people around you from COVID-19. Thank you.